Good morning. This is Bob Passy again from Democracy Rising in America. We are the election is hard upon us here, and I'm sure that there are many things in this election that are significant, especially the undertickets, the people who are running both for Congress and for the state positions and local positions too. And there are certainly people in that mix that are good and important and are worthwhile and important to vote for. So wherever you are on the presidential election, I still hope you get out to vote. And if nothing else, just vote for those few people who you know are actually believing in democracy and wanting to move us forward in that direction, in spite of however that sometimes it appears to be hopeless. But we need to continue to fight the fight. The presidential election, however, is not going to exactly move this country in any very positive way. I think Hillary is going to win, and that's a relatively logical choice given the options, but the options are so bad. I mean, if Trump wins, first of all, there's no way he can do all these horrible things that he says he's going to do, simply because the president can't, simply by fiat, do whatever he pleases. He has Congress, he has a whole network of things that limit his processes and his actions, and I think if Trump wins, I think the people will finally unify and rise up and say, wait, this is way too bad. But remember that Trump is the poster child of the economic elite. He's not representing the ordinary people by any stretch of the imagination, and if you pushed him, I'm sure he'd say that right out loud. You probably don't even have to push him. He says all kinds of things out loud. But Hillary will probably win, and she will look like the savior, and somehow the economic elite will look like they just saved this country from a fate worse than death, which is not exactly true, because the economic elite could live with either of them. He prefer Hillary because Hillary has been co-opted by them totally, and she's not going to raise a lot of waves. She'll tell you all the reasons why she tried really hard and couldn't do it, but she will not change the economic leadership of this country, and she will not reinstitute democracy. All of that went by the board once they manipulated Bernie out of the process. So the empire was saved, the empire of the economic elite was saved, and either of these they could live with. They'd prefer Hillary because their power is more subtle. They're under Hillary and under Obama and under Bill Clinton too. So it isn't that is going to change a lot. We're not going to have a revolution in how this country is run. The economic elite will continue, whatever the case, in this election. And the most regrettable thing is that people say, okay, this 4-year segment is done, and let's wait till the next 4 years and we'll get it together. Well, first of all, they'll be loaded for bear and by the time that 4 years comes. Besides that, we do not any longer have 4 years. Global warming, environmental problems are going to swamp us before that time because we totally will not deal with them. I mean, the rest of the world is going to begin to be underwater. We're going to have shortages of water and food, and it's going to be a state of war because we're not dealing with this, and we can't keep everybody out of our wonderfully posh lives, and most of us don't even have posh lives anymore, because they're going to be starving and they're not going to have a place to go. and so we can have refugees. We can't wait 4 more years. We can't wait 4 more years or 8 more years to actually begin to deal with the existential problem for the human race. The other thing is, 4 more years is not going to make it more likely that we're going to change this occupying force of this radical capitalism to release power. We have to work outside the system to find ways to begin to replace them, to find an alternative system, not within their rules, because their rules will just eat up all our time and energy. So we have to find a way to get people involved enough to say we're going to withdraw from this system and we're simply going to live our lives in a different way. The biggest point is we do not have 4 more years, and we have to think long and hard about how we are going to change this system now. Anyway, hope you'll think about some of those things, and we'll talk again later. Again, this is Bob Passy from Democracy Rising America. Bye now.